All right, y'all. What up? What up? What up? About to do this video. It's a little late, tired, but couldn't really lay down. So I'm gonna just go ahead and knock this little quick video out real quick. So, what am I gonna touch on? I wanted to do the story where they rated us on Brinkley. I'm gonna save that one though for another time. I think I'm gonna do the one how I ended up on the run. I'm gonna share that story with you guys. How I ended up on the run. So now, how I ended up on the run. Man, it's interesting. Because basically, I was already going to court. I was going to court for, I think, two gun charges already. Man, it's crazy, bro. I was going to court for two gun charges. So check this out. What happened? It was one night. I was like hurting real bad. Didn't have no money, nothing like that. So I freaking I called the trap house where everybody be hustling at. I called there like, yo, who's around there? Da 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 da. So they telling me who's around there. They tell me it's some out of town guy from around there. So at the time, I'm like, what out of town dudes? I'm like, who the heck got out of town dudes around there hustling? So I go pull up. Oh, I come over there check it out. So I walk up in the house and everybody's sleeping. So I'm talking to everybody, like trying to feel everything out. So I go in the house. I'm talking with everybody. I got on like a red hoodie. I tie it real tight to where nothing but my eyes showing. It's like all cover my face and just have my eyes out. So I go in the living room and I just start. I pulled a pistol on the out of town dude, and I robbed him, man. It ain't like right. It wasn't right, but at the time, that's how I was living. You feel me? I ain't trying to justify, glorify that. Kids don't be out there robbing folks. Y'all don't be messing with folks like that, man. But at the time, that's just how I was living. So, you know what I mean? I pulled a pistol out, boom, boom. Like, yeah, bro, da da da. Know what I mean? I do my little thing, whatever the dude gets all hysterical, loud, screaming. I'm like, I ain't gonna really go into many details of like how it happened, but long story short, I ended up taking all the dude's stuff, getting his money. And it's funny because I had went there on my little stepdaughter's bike. I done rode there on a little pink bike, bro. And so I get all the stuff and I hop back on the pink bike and I'm flying back to the house. The crazy thing is that on my way to the house, I see these guys fly past like they was looking for me or something. So I'm like riding, I hit the path and I go to like Pine Forest where I was staying at. People that know where I'm from, they know. So I lay low for a few days. Boom. So we freaking I chilled for a few days. I had just got this red nosed pit bull. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going out today. I'm going to walk my dog today. So I'm like, I ain't about to keep hiding. I ain't no hiding dude. So you know what I mean? I go out. Me and my cousin had went out together. So my cousin, yeah, Joey, me and my cousin, shout out to him, man. And so yeah, so we go out together. We was hanging out in front of the store, Carol's Variety Store. If you know, you know, you know. So we was hanging out there, had my little dog tied to the fence. So the guy had the guy had robbed, and the guy that was from our hometown. I ain't gonna say his name, but people, if you know, you know. So the guy from out of town and the guy that had brought him there had pulled up. Boom. So I'm talking to my cousin. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go see if they know who I was. So I'm like, if they speak, then they might not know. But if they don't speak, they definitely know. So I walk past these dudes. I'm like, what up? So they just looking at me. They don't speak. So I'm like, yeah, they know. So I'm telling my cousin when we get in the store, I'm like, yeah, they know, bro. Like they looking at me crazy and they ain't say nothing. So I'm in the store. I'm literally at the register about to pay for something. And like as I'm paying, these two guys walk in. So the dude comes up to me like, hey bro, my homeboy said you look like the guy that robbed him. So I'm just sitting there like, bro, I don't know this dude, man. I ain't never seen this dude a day in my life. Know what I mean? Do we going running down through that. So and I'm like, matter of fact, why we even in the store talking about this? Let's go outside. Like we don't need to be discussing this in here. So we going outside, and as we go into the door, the way the store set up is like it's like a one way in, one way out type deal. So we go into the door, and I'm walking right behind the guy. And it's like the guy robbed behind me, and my cousin is in the back behind everybody. So we walking out, and I kind of had a feeling this dude was gonna try something, bro. I'm kind of thinking he gonna grab that door, like act like he reaching for the doorknob and try to swing on me. So I'm kind of cautious, so I'm walking. And sure enough, when he get to the door, he grabbed the door, like grabbed the doorknob and boom, swing, turns around and swing. So I duck, boom, grabbed him. We get to tussling. It was all crazy. So as we tussling, the freaking I had a gun on my waist. The gun was falling down my pants leg as we tussling. So by the time we tussle, the freaking gun had done hit the floor. So by the time the gun hit the floor, him and my cousin going at it. So I reached down, I grabbed the gun, and I just picked it up and bang, bang, just not mean let it off. I think like 2 times, something like that. And we was just going at it, man, tearing the place up, bro. Tore the place to pieces, like snacks everywhere, every stuff everywhere. We tore the place up. So we basically, long story short, I ended up shooting the guy in the store, and we ended up working our way out. So I basically, after all that happens, I untie my dog and just like run, like start running to the little spot where it happened there. I ran there. So it's crazy because you know what? I ain't even gonna get into much detail in this story, but that's basically how I got on the run, and basically shooting the dude in the store, and plus I was already going to court for a gun charge already. So that's basically how I ended up on the run. And like the next day I was like in New Jersey. Well, like a few days later, next day, something like that, I was in New Jersey. And that's where the journey started, man, with the whole when I went to the Bloods building and all that situation. That's where that whole journey started, like right after that, man. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit more, but that's basically how I ended up on the run, like just robbing a dude and ended up shooting a guy in the store, and I ended up on the run. I don't want to go too deep in it because it's old, and ain't nobody trying to rekindle old stuff. It is what it is, but you know, that's basically how I ended up on the run. And a lot of, you know what? A matter of fact, let me do this while I'm on this video, bro. I just wanna apologize, bro, to everybody that was harmed in this situation. I ain't about to sit here and like just, yeah, I'm sorry, but yo, I apologize to like that everybody that was affected through that whole situation, because that was crazy. That was a crazy situation, man, and I was like literally off the chain, bro. Wow. And it probably shouldn't have went like that, but hey, like I say, that's the way I was moving at the time. That's how it was. You young, we make dumb decisions, but that's basically what happened, and that's what it was, man. So that's basically how I ended up on the run. God bless y'all. Good night. Have a good night, man.